youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to this episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
Nick from youtube.com/the and joining me is the strapping young man with the strap on.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dale, and also joining us is a man with ADHD.
My name is Greg. Everybody knows me. I don't have a witty retort or anything, so joining us from the West Coast is
Ryan the Gat Cat. What's up, fellas?
Ryan the gat cat skit scat bibbly bat dat badat.
Ryan the gay cat.
Yeah. You're just mad because you're the one that's gay, and you want me to join you in your gay prodigy.
Why do you think I'm going to California?
I know.
Secretly for you, Ryan.
I know. I always knew it.
Okay.
I have AIDS.
What the fuck does that even mean? He's just like, just so you guys know, this has just been on my mind. Dude, I have AIDS.
No, I have AIDS.
We can fight this together, Ryan.
Subscribe to me and watch all of my videos and tell everyone about it so I can make money so we can find a cure for AIDS for Ryan.
So I was pissing the other day and I was looking down and I was just like, are you doing a good job there, Schlong Connery? And I was wondering, what do all of you call your penises? Because mine, obviously named him Schlong Connery. Dale, your penis, what do you call it?
His name is Little Richard.
Little Richard? the hardest working penis in show business.
Exactly.
His middle name is Richard, and his penis is
He does
small.
he does 2 shows a night down on the street corner.
You get more action than you.
He's counting men in that action.
Hey, better than nothing.
It's still more action than Ryan. Like, he can only choose between right or left. That's the only 2 choices he has.
Yeah, Little Richard, yep. Get used to it. You're going to be screaming it all night long, Nick.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, what do you call your penis?
I call him Senor Pepper.
Why?
Because I live in the desert and I like that. And I'm surrounded by Mexican chicks, so Senor Pepe would be precise for them.
His reasoning is so asinine.
Yes, in English it should be Mr. Pepper, and for them it'll be Senor Pepe. Greg, what he calls his penis?
I have many things I call it, but my favorite is probably the one-eyed wonder weasel.
Oh, fucking shit.
Wait, he said that.
I gotta know why. Why?
I don't remember where I heard it from.
On it like a weasel.
I don't remember where I heard it from, but I remember hearing that somewhere and just thinking to myself, my God, that is one of the funniest fucking things I have ever heard. I'm just going to begin calling my schlong that now.
Well, I call my penis a damn shame because its size is a damn shame.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Mike. I mean, come on, man.
Let
Come
me be
on.
hard on you.
I can't even tell when I'm hard on myself. It's that small.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I used to, the ladies used to call it 2 inches of fury because it's 2 inches and they get furious when they see it. You guys remember a couple podcasts ago how I was telling you about the best business in the world? You know,
the hot dogs. And
the hot dogs and tanning. So
Jesus Christ.
If you were going to introduce the best business in the world and you had to pick someone else in the podcast as your business partner, who would you pick? What would the business be and why? Nick.
Well, if it's going to be the best business it could possibly be, I think, I don't know, given the area we live in, I'd like to start a bar. But if I'm starting a bar, that immediately rules Ryan out for my business partner.
Why, is he a recovering alcoholic? We could do this, Ryan.
No, he's not recovering. He'll just drink all my fucking stock. Which is why if I had to choose anyone, I'd actually choose you, Greg, because
thank you.
I have a feeling that you'd be tenant enough to keep the books. You'd be OCD enough that if you were pouring the drinks, you would get them to precise measurements, and we'd be making better profit margins.
Sad part is that I am that OCD enough to make sure that it's the precise amount.
Well, what I was going to say is I was going to build guns with Nick. And that way we have our own little fucking arsenal just in case the zombie apocalypse Comes out of nowhere. We're good.
It's a self-serving reason. It's like whenever I wanted to go to school to learn how to build prosthetics, it's just because I played with swords so much. I figured I'd lose a limb at some point and be like, well, good thing I'm prepared for this. Slapped a new one on.
Although it's kind of hard with one arm, but yeah. He would have the bar, like Greg. Me and him would have the guns. We would just hold up at a bar. It'd be good.
I would start a business with Ryan, and the business would be something in the porn industry because there's no one in this chat that knows porn better than Ryan and I combined.
That's true.
I concur.
I'm sure like Ryan has a couple days out of the week in which his dick doesn't work because he jerks off so much.
He's the quagmire of the group.
Ryan, do you believe that we could start a successful business inside of the porn industry together?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's all he's got to say. He's like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
He really is stoned because he's not saying a lot.
he knows the ins and out of porn. If you get what I'm saying.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Ryan, I mean, what makes you think you're qualified to start the porn inside of the porn business with me, though?
Because I know how to pleasure a woman.
Well, I'm sure they don't say that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not their thought on the matter.
Oh, like you would know.
I would, because I'm one of those women you've tried to pleasure.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, my anus, not pleasured.
So what you're saying, Ryan, is you would want to be an actor? What do I run everything else and you just fuck bitches? Is that your part of the deal?
No, I wouldn't do that. I'd do the writing part.
I have this pizza here. That's gold, Ryan. Keep going with that. Would you like to have some pizza? No. Try something else. We don't have money to pay for the pizza. There we go.
Is there any other way we could pay for the pizza? Bow.
Sure, do you have traveler's checks?
So
We don't take traveler's checks.
you want to be a writer inside of our porn industry business? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, a director or something crazy.
Whoa.
Eiffel Tower that shit.
You're stepping on my toes with that one. I'm obviously going to direct it. Ryan, who would you pick if you were going to start a business with somebody inside of the podcast? What would the business be and why?
I'd have to say Nick in this candy store.
I don't think I can legally open up a candy store.
Why would you open a candy store with Nick? Something you guys can bond on or something?
Yeah, bond on the bondage of children.
Oh man.
Well, why, Ryan? Why would you open up a candy store with Nick?
Because I think that we'd both like candy.
Or the result of what candy can get you.
Or something like that, maybe.
That was
Honestly, I don't think it would be candy. I mean, it would be a candy store, but it wouldn't be candy. Or if it would be candy, it'd be like fucking given to little kids or something like that. It'd be like, what's his name, my Family Guy?
Herbert.
Fucking deal. Yeah, Herbert. Herbert the pervert.
My, what muscly arms you have.
So
go ahead and take your shirt off. That'll be just fine.
You won't come down in the basement for popsicles and shoulder rubs?
So
we got us a fighter.
there.
so
Kinda hot out there. You can take your shirt off if you want to.
has it anyone ever made like rock candy before?
Made? No.
Have you ever had it?
Yes.
So what I assume Nick and Ryan Ryan and Nick will do is they'll
This is
take
where I'm going.
they'll take NyQuil and turn it into rock candy.
See, that's one of the first thing that I thought of immediately as soon as he said, open it up a candy store with Nick. I was just like, oh, geez, this cannot go well. I was like, it's not going to be candy.
Well,
We're going to think it is. You're going to be like children 12 and under only.
Nick, prepared for the FBI to come at our door for this.
You guys wouldn't last a week.
No, I'm talking about now. The FBI would probably kick in our doors right now.
Ryan's over there starting to freak out because of his medicinal marijuana. He's over there freaking out now because we're talking about illegal subjects. He's like, oh, Christ, they're on the other side of this fence. All right, I guess we'll just move on to the next topic.
You never asked me what kind of business I would start with someone.
Oh, no!
Everybody's
we did forget about
poor
Greg.
old
Greg, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
Well, that's okay.
What business would you like to start there, buddy?
That's tough. I mean, I like food, but I don't know if I should go into the food industry because I just eat everything. So I would probably start a business with Nick and maybe start a comic book shop or something cool like that. Just because Steubenville doesn't have anything like that.
Here's my thought on all this. Nick, you're gonna have a gun store and a
I'm
bar.
gonna have a gun store, a bar, and I'm gonna go work the comic book shop someday.
I got
And
a
a
better
candy
idea.
store.
Let's combine all of those into one.
So-
Apparently, I'm the fucking perfect business partner.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like Nick's just gonna own a strip, right? Like on his strip, it's gonna be like Nick's Liquors, and Pool,
Nick's guns.
and Nick's Guns right next door, and then Nick's
Wow, right
Comics.
next door. That's not.
And further
Oh,
down the
that's
road,
a
Nick's
point there.
Candy.
Yeah, and then right down the road from that, it's like Nick's Candy Shop. And then
And
across the street, it's just gonna be like Mayhem Porn Industry. Like, I'm the only person that didn't pick Nick.
And the thing about it is, there's probably going to be some collaboration between you and me at some point.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking that there's gonna be a hindering of my porn industry business because like I figure Nick will probably end up in the industry working for me. Ryan's going to be my business partner, and they're going to have a candy shop together. So at one point, one of them are going to prison for a very long time, which will then hinder my business. On Tuesday, when Nick and I were on the way to go to class, I don't remember how we got on this topic, but I was thinking that you guys may be able to hammer this out for us. And I want to know, do you think it is illegal, or should it even be illegal if it is illegal, for underage kids to possess a video of themselves fucking?
I don't think it should be. I mean, as long as they keep it to themselves, then there shouldn't be a law against it because it's like, that's their own private thing. I mean, the only way I could understand it being a problem is if they uploaded it to the internet and it like just went everywhere because I mean the second something gets uploaded to the internet it's like a really ground in stain. No matter how hard you scrub, that shit's on there forever.
Well, technically, it's child pornography if they're under the age of 18. But if they are under the age of 18 and they possess a video of themselves and somebody else that's under the age of 18 fornicating, I mean, technically it is child pornography, but they are also children possessing child pornography that they happen to be at.
It's a catch-22. You don't really know how to progress with that because it's like we caught a couple kids and we caught some people with child pornography. Oh, those dirty old bastards. Actually, they're kids, but that makes no what I did. But your brain just sort of shuts down.
Right. What I'm saying is, like, is it the equivalent? Like, if you got on my computer right now and you found a video of Christy Mack getting pounded hard, she's an adult, I'm an adult, and it's completely legal because she's over the age of 18, I'm over the age of 18, it's completely legal. But if it was the reverse and say we're both under the age of 18, therefore, quote-unquote, children, it becomes illegal. Okay, Dale, why don't you weigh in here? What do you think?
I guess you would call it child pornography, but yet they technically are children. It's like what you said. So for them to have it, I don't think it should be illegal. I don't think it should be a big deal as long as they don't post it everywhere. But then again, they shouldn't be doing it to begin with.
I agree. So, because especially with today's technology, it's not hard for somebody to have their iPhone or their Android phone or whatever and just start recording. So I'm saying, like, you take like two 16-year-old high school kids and, they're proud that they're boning because, for the years leading up to that, that's all they want to do. And then finally they're doing it, and you get this 16-year-old high school kid that's finally getting laid by this 16-year-old high school girl or whatever, and he's filming himself boning her. And then they watch it back later and whatever. I mean, technically, it's child pornography. And if it gets into the hands of someone over the age of 18, it's extremely illegal. But say these kids get in trouble for whatever, say they get in trouble for something stupid and then, like, I don't know, say they, like, get their phone taken away at school or something like that. And, somebody's in their phone for whatever reason and they find this video. Say they don't post it to the internet or whatever, but they turn it into the cops. Should they be pursued as like a pedophile, like a sex offender? Say they still have this video of them fucking somebody when they're 16 and the other person's 16 and then they turn 18. At that point, is it illegal then? Even though it's them in the video and they still possess it, I should say. Ryan, why don't you weigh in here?
I think that I don't think it should be illegal, but I think if say their phone gets confiscated, I mean the teacher shouldn't go through it, but if it happens to be found in the phone, the parents of both of the children need to be called in and be explained on what got found or what got seen.
Okay, so you're saying that on the children's actions that the parents should possibly be held responsible for video evidence of their underage
Well,
child?
no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it should be illegal for two kids to have that. I'm saying is the parents should be aware of the kids doing it if it gets found by an adult.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Nick, what do you think on all of this?
I do know that there have been people legally prosecuted for sending video or sending pictures of underage for kids sexting. There have been kids who have been taken to court over it. Most of the time, it is like passed over, but some of those kids do end up with lifetime sex offender registrations.
Go ahead,
I don't
Nick.
know. It gets into a pretty gray area at sometimes. I mean, especially whenever you get into what happens if you still whenever you were mentioning what happens if you still possess it and then you turn 18.
Yeah, if it's you,
Yeah.
and now, both of the actors, I'm going to say both of the participants, that's a better way to put it. Both participants are now over the age, but when they filmed it, say, they're 16 years old or whatever, 15 years old, whatever, they both 15 or 16 or whatever, we're going with 16.
Mhm.
And then they both turn 18 and now they're both adults, but the video they possess was filmed when they were 16.
Yeah, but that's their own personal video, and they shouldn't be that shouldn't be looked at as child pornography. That's them. That's their own body.
So what you're saying, Ryan, is like, say all of a sudden the police came into your house for whatever reason. Inside of your closet, you had a stack of videotapes with no VCR. But you had a stack of videotapes, of yourself, and you were 16, and you're just ramming the shit out of some girl. And you have that now, and you're what, 26 now? So, this video is on a VHS tape, and it's 10 years old, and it's in your closet. You have no way to play it to even jerk off to it anymore because you don't own a VCR. Are you now a sex offender?
No, because I was a minor at the time of it being filmed. So no,
But you possess the material afterwards.
that doesn't mean anything. That's called your Privacy Act. You're supposed to say that you're never allowed to own anything like that? Because
Yeah.
I mean,
The law says you're never supposed to own anything like that.
but I was a minor at the time of being filmed.
Yeah, but you own it now after you've turned 18.
That's the whole question.
Well, I think that law is bullshit, to be honest with you.
Okay, well then let's say this for instance. Okay, let's twist it a little bit. All right, say Nick's 16 years old, and he has a video of himself boning some girl that's also 16 years old, and Ryan happens to come into possession of it right now.
Ryan's
Ryan-
fucked.
Ryan's really fucked.
Then I'm fucked. But if it's myself having the videos and it's myself doing the deed, then no, it's not child pornography then. I mean, honestly, and it's my secret own video.
Well, even if that other girl
If
was
she
16 at
now,
the time and now she's not, I mean, I guess you would technically call that child pornography.
You know,
she wanted to make it with me.
Then, but
then,
now,
right, she's willing then, and then now you still happen to have it, like I said, without a VCR to be able to play it, but yet you still have it. Now then what's the situation? I mean, she was willing then, and now that she's over the age of 18, should you in turn be prosecuted as a sex offender?
I'm trying to think. I mean, if she wants the video deleted now, I totally understand it. But no, you shouldn't be held responsible for that.
Greg, what do you think?
Oh, that is so freaking tricky, and I'm not a law student. I don't know that much about the law and that. I mean, because technically, man, this is really hard. Like how to weigh in on this. I guess on the one hand, prosecuted because I mean, it's themselves. I mean, yeah, they were younger and that underage, but I mean, it's still of themselves. But at the same time, I mean, it's still technically considered illegal. And
My next question would be, is there a statute of limitations on having that filmed? Or after so long since that's been filmed, is there a chance that you could still be prosecuted later on?
So what do you mean? Like, say we're running the scenario of Ryan, say he filmed it when he was 16, well he's 26 now and he still owns it.
Yeah, a statute of, well, not that he still owns it, but that he had it and somebody else got a hold of it.
Okay.
But since he filmed it, he was the creator of it. A statute of limitations is usually 4, 6, or 10 years, to the best of my knowledge. So he would effectively be out of that statute.
the person whoever had it would be fucked.
Are you saying, yeah, the possessor of it would be fucked, not
Yeah, the possessor
not
of it
Ryan?
would be fucked. Ryan would not be fucked. Ryan should be in the clear. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
he'd
what
be
the
fine.
statute is on stuff like that.
They may question him, but I mean,
I'd be
You
like,
know,
well,
like-
it's my personal film that I filmed when I was 16 years old, and that's all I would tell them, and that's all they need to know.
Also, like whenever you related it earlier to Ryan having a stack of that shit in his closet, depending on how much of it he has, they could also charge him with not just possession of child pornography. They could also charge him with possession with intent to distribute.
Right, because of the amount.
Yeah, because of the amount.
Like every video has him in it though, and it's just like I don't know. That's what makes it difficult. I mean, we take it past that point, but like back to the initial point of like if you're under the age and you have the video of yourself and you're still under the age when you possess it, are you a sex offender? That's the main question.
The way this government works is probably yes, which I hate to say. I mean, they make a sex offender out of just about anything that happens.
Yeah, there have been kids who just this girl and they're like, well, I'm gonna send this to all my friends, send it to their friends. Whether their friends like it or not, they're receiving that message. They can't deny it because it just goes straight to their phone. So they get that shit, and some of those kids actually have to go to court because they're considered in possession of child pornography, and they didn't ask for that. It was forced upon them.
Yeah, I think that's
more or
fucked
less.
up.
A lot of the times that can be beat in court, but there are people who end up with a sex offender rep because of that.
But I guarantee you, if you get a good lawyer, you could beat it.
No, it shouldn't be that hard to beat it, but there's some places where
They make it that way. They make all these stupid laws where you have to have a good lawyer to beat all that stupid stuff. Well, the reason why I bring it up is a friend of mine, he likes to send his genitals to everyone in his phone listing. People really wanted to press charges on him. They could.
Was that indecency or whatever?
Yeah?
Ryan, have you ever took a picture of your cock and sent it to somebody?
No.
You've never done it?
No.
I've also never done it. I don't want any evidence of how small my penis is out there.
I've done it. I don't have a small penis, so.
I've had girls send me nudes before, just be like showing me the goods before I get there.
And then he never does. Dale's like, yeah, I've sent out pictures of my dick.
Oh yeah. So if you see it and it's probably mine, then, wow.
He's like, if I accidentally send you a picture of my dick, just know that I meant to do it on purpose. Dale, if that ever happens, Dale, just know that I'm going to forward it to Ryan.
It's gonna go everywhere.
It's gonna be hanging
so-
in my office behind my desk.
I'm gonna
Big
walk into
5x5.
your room, like when I do get to California, I'm gonna walk into your room, and there's gonna be a picture of my dick, like blown up to like poster size, framed above your bed. I'm gonna be like, that's mine.
That's art, baby.
Be like, do you like that? That's like so beautiful. I'll be like, what? I gotta go, dude.
Poster size in frame hung from his ceiling so that when he lays in his bed, he can look at your cock on his roof.
You
As
come in,
soon
he's
as
like,
he
you want to
wakes
sign
up.
it? You want to sign it? That would just add a little extra value to it.
I'll be like,
You'd sign your dick. It's like your endorsement for him to fap off to you.
get paid every time he faps off. Now it's trademarked.
He wants to trademark a picture of his own cock.
I was at a party that some friends of mine throwing, and I was talking with my one friend. He made a joke about having sex with me, and I said, I'm not a homosexual, and
Oh my God.
he just replied, that's all right. Even spaghetti is straight too until it gets hot.
Wait.
The next topic is, if you had a foot fetish and then you specialized as a foot doctor, would that increase or destroy your fetish? It can be any fetish. It doesn't have to be a foot fetish, but you have to specialize in the field that involves your fetish, such as a foot fetish, and then you become a doctor that specializes in feet. Would that increase or destroy your fetish? And I'm going to say, Nick, what do you think?
I have very weird fetishes. I'm trying to think. If I was a vet, would I still be so much into necos? And probably answer would be like, fuck no. I'm exposed to that stuff all day long, and I'll get desensitized to it at some point. Like, if I'm a podiatrist and I'm working on feet all goddamn day, I'm gonna fucking just get bored with it. I think a lot of the reason why people get those fetishes like that is because it's something that they feel is taboo in some way. If you're playing with feet all fucking day, not exactly all
Chances
that
are,
taboo.
go home.
But there is some intimacy to it, I guess.
So you're kind of saying the same thing, like say Ryan became a gynecologist, right? And he's gonna be looking at like fucked up John all day. Is he gonna want to go home and have sex with his wife if he had a wife? You know, is he gonna want to go home and have sex with his wife if he's looking at a bunch of different gine all day and like be fucked up gine?
He would probably check that shit out before. Hang on a minute, honey. All right, yeah, we're good. We can do this.
I could imagine him like going in and start having sex, and then like that nastiest fucking giant that came in that day just flashes in his face, and he just goes limp.
Yeah, well, I mean that would be the same concept as the fetish, right? I mean, in your opinion, that's what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Okay, Dale, why don't you weigh in here? What do you think?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Like if you got a fetish, let's say for instance the foot fetish, and you're a foot doctor, chances are that's gonna like destroy it. You've been seeing that shit all damn day. When you go home, you don't want to see any more of it. It's more of something you would do off to the side.
Okay, Greg, what do
So-
you think?
Probably gonna have to agree. I mean, well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna, like both agree and disagree. And how that happens is that because everyone is different.
Depending on
like,
the person, I think.
yeah, depending on the person. On the one hand, there are people who will just like eventually get desensitized to it and it'll just go away. But then there are other people who where it's like they just, no matter how much of it is shoved in their face, either literally or figuratively, they just will never lose interest in it.
So what you're kind of saying is it could fill their bank of spank. You know,
Mhm.
like if
Yeah,
they were,
look at porn stars. I mean, if you think a porn star comes home after fucking all day on a film, do you think they want to fuck? Depending on the girl, maybe.
well, they that's kind of different though. I mean, well, maybe not, because I was gonna say they get paid to have sex, but you would get paid to touch feet. So if we're still running the foot fetish scenario, you would get paid to touch feet. So it would be the same concept.
It depends on the person, I think. Some people would fuel it, and some people would it would just desensitize them and not want to do anything else with it. It just depends on the person and how their fetish, how deep their fetish really goes.
I have to totally agree with Ryan and Greg. I think it depends on the person. Me personally, I have to agree with the comment that Nick made about having fucked up fetishes, because there are some weird fucks out there. And like I said, I don't have any fetishes that I could get a career in.
I
Like,
tried to even or make something analogous to one of mine, and I'm just like, no, that failed.
there's no way in hell Nick could make a profession. Yeah, actually, Nick, you could. You know, you could like become a professional ice cream truck driver. Hey, you could start a business selling candy.
Jolly Ranchers, man. Jolly Ranchers.
I think somebody was tossing that idea around earlier. Um,
I miss that. I miss the fact that they don't sell like bags of one flavor of Jolly Rancher anymore. Because it used to be, because I love the watermelon ones, and it used to be I could just buy the watermelon ones, but not anymore. Now now you can only buy like the mixed flavors together in the bag. You can't buy the separate ones anymore, and that pisses me off because I love Jolly Ranchers, but like I don't really want a lot of the other flavors. I mostly just want the watermelon ones. Maybe the lemon too, but I mean that's about it.
apparently, you've never been locked up in Nick's basement. So, Dale, your view was that you think it would destroy it?
Yeah, but I mean now what you guys were talking about, the whole depends on the person thing, which I didn't think about, so that kind of gets thrown in there too.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. Well, I definitely have to, like I said already, agree with Ryan and Greg. I think it depends on the person. It depends on how deep the fetish runs, as what Ryan said. I know that I would say pretty much everyone has at least one fetish, if you could call it a fetish, something that really gets their blood pulsing in their lower reproductive region. I know for a fact I couldn't get a job in a career field that involved any of mine. I would literally have to go into the porn industry. That would be the only way. Well, okay, let's run that. Like, okay, so my fetish would be inside of the porn industry, and that'd be the only way to have a job in that career field. Would that intensify my fetish? Because if say I'm directing porn and I want to see my fetish, I could be like, all right, I'm going to direct specifically based for someone that has the fetish like I do.
Well, I mean, you'd be well set, and
Michael Mayhew's This Is Wit. It will start going up from March to December. That's 10 episodes of season 3. I want to leave you guys on this note, and that is no one is safe. So this has been another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-hosts.
Nick from youtube.com/TheTicTacMan. And joining me is some douchebag from Maryland.
I'm not from Maryland.
I know you're not
douchebag.
from Maryland. You're in fucking Maryland. Same bullshit. Say your name.
Dale.
I guess because he didn't hand it off to me, I'll just say my name. My name's Greg, and also joining us tonight was
Ryan Gat, the cat Gat from LA, signing out.
Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know we
I'm on it.
didn't enjoy each other's company, and we hate each other very much, and we do this for the money. Just kidding. We don't make any money. So tune in next week to watch us all hate each other. Hang on, you're not going to be able to watch. You're just going to be able to listen. So we fucked you and your eardrums, and you may have enjoyed it. And if you did, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button? Later, fellas.